Hey guys, and a very warm welcome back to What's for Tea, and I hope that I find you all very well indeed and that you're all having a great day so far. And also a very warm welcome to all the new faces that have been popping over the last couple of weeks, and I'm very glad you found our wee corner of YouTube. So for pudding tonight, I made a very quick and easy loaf style carrot cake. You know, this is one of my favourite cakes. It's just absolutely delicious. It's such a lovely combination of ingredients. You know, it's so simple and quite cheap to make also. I've listed everything that I've used down below, guys, but I'm also going to pop the ingredients up on the screen as I use them throughout the recipe. Yep, so let's move on and I'll show you what I'm using. So the first thing I've got are 2 medium eggs. These are room temperature. You want all of your ingredients at room temperature for this recipe. I've also got 100 grams of brown sugar, 100 grams of unsalted butter, which we're going to melt later on, 100 grams of plain flour. You'll need another 100 grams of softened butter, that's for your cream cheese frosting, 200 grams of icing sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 100 grams of full-fat cream cheese, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 2 small carrots, or if you don't have any small carrots, you can use 1 large carrot, and you'll also need a handful of walnuts, which is going to be about 40-50 grams. It's just a handful. So let's move on and see what we do next. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven. Just pop it on to gas mark 4 or 180C. And then you can go on with grating your carrots. Like I say, just use 2 small ones, or if you don't have any small ones, 1 large one will do. And once you've grated your carrots, you can just set them to the side for the time being. Lovely colour, they're lovely and vibrant, aren't they? One of my favourite colours, orange, actually. The next thing we're going to do is get the cake batter ready. So you want to melt your butter, and you want to set that to the side to cool slightly, because you don't want this bubbling hot, because we're going to be adding it to the eggs, so you don't want to scramble them. So to a large bowl, you want to add your brown sugar, that's 100 grams, and then your 2 room temperature eggs. And then you can go in and pop your melted butter in. Just make sure it's cooled down slightly. Doesn't have to be cold, just not piping hot. Like I say, you don't want to end up with scrambled eggs at this stage. And just mix everything together until it's nicely combined. Just like this. And then you want to go ahead and pop in your flour. This is just 100 grams of plain flour. You don't have to sieve it or anything. Just make sure it's nicely mixed in to your other ingredients. This is really easy. It's one of those really simple recipes, but it's delicious. And you can go ahead and add in your baking powder, your bicarbonate of soda, your nutmeg and your cinnamon. And again, just give everything a good mix together. And then you can go ahead and pop your carrots in. Do you know, when I was younger, I didn't actually realise that carrot cake had actual carrots in it. Oh dear. The minds of the young. And then you can go ahead and add some walnuts. Now you just want maybe 30 or 40 grams. Just sort of chop them up a wee bit. You don't want them going in whole. You can add as many of these as you like, guys, or as little as you like. I've used about 30 grams. And again, just mix them in. And once you're happy, you can grab your tin. Now I'm using a 2-pound loaf tin for this recipe. You can use a round tin if you like. If you've got an 8-inch round tin, you know, this mixture would do 2 of them. And you want to go ahead and line your tin. I always, line mine with butter and then the greaseproof paper, because it helps the greaseproof paper to stick better. And I'm just going to trim off some of the greaseproof paper, but leave a wee bit of an overlap because it makes the cake, getting the cake out very easy at the end. Just fill your tin up with your batter And I've just sort of smoothed mine at the top with a spoon. And you want to bake this in your oven for between 30 and 35 minutes. And it's quite a low temperature. You know, it's gas mark 4 or it's 180°C. And while you're waiting on your cake, you know, being ready, you can do your cream cheese frosting. So pop in your cream cheese, then your softened butter. Doesn't matter, you can use unsalted or salted. And then your icing sugar. And then finally, half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. You just want to go in again with your whisk. If you've got an electric whisker, you know, this works so much easier. Mine's is actually broke at the moment. I think I'll have to get a new one. The one I've got is absolutely knackered. So just give it a good whisk together for a couple of minutes until it's lovely and smooth and combined. Doesn't take long at all. And this is much better than anything you'll get, you know, already made. There's a big, big difference. And it's not overly sweet either. It's just right. So by now, your cake should be ready to come out. And this was mine. Now let this cool in the tin for about 5 minutes before you turn it out onto your rack. And just let this cool completely. And once it's cool, you can take your paper off. Now I've actually cut the ends off of my cake because I wanted it quite square looking. So I've just cut my ends off and I've turned it upside down because I do want the nice flat top. And I've just sliced it through the middle and I'm going to do a thin layer of that filling. Not too much because you're going to be putting some on the top as well. And just line them back up, even it up and tidy it up a wee bit. And I found these wee carrots in my local store and I thought they were so cute. So I'm going to use them. And again, just put a wee layer of your frosting on top. And I've used my wee carrots. I've done a wee bit of piping on top. And that's me done. And then obviously some more wee walnuts on top of that. So I was super chuffed with this. Like I say, it's one of our favourite cakes. You know, it's lovely and moist and the flavours are just beautiful. I mean, I love the flavour of cinnamon anyway, but it's lush. So I'll just cut a wee bit here just to let you see. I couldn't help myself. I'll just take these wee, I'm not keen in these wee edible sugar toppers, so I'll move that out the way and get to the good stuff. And it tasted better than it looked. It was absolutely amazing. So soft and moist. And that cream in the middle, just gives it a wee bit of extra something. These are the flowers. They're getting on fab. That's the irises now starting to open and they're gorgeous. So yeah, super happy with them. And I'll probably get about a week and a half out of them, I would say. So thank you very much again, guys, for popping over and seeing what's going on. It does mean so much. And I know that I say that all the time, but it really does. And remember, if you haven't subscribed yet or left a thumbs up, make sure to do that just before you go. Because I know a lot of you forget to do so because you come back and you tell me. So yeah, so like I say, guys, thank you very much again. And until I see you next time, make sure to take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. I'll be back with a wee recipe in the next few days. I'm going to put a wee poll up actually. I haven't done that for a wee while. So I'm going to put a poll up and ask for your guys' input. So yeah, so that'll be in the next few days. So until I see you next time, bye for now. Bye now.